Hello, today is September 21st, 2024. We always start with our disclaimer, go over our calls, and then make our predictions. It's my trading plan for Monday, which is September 23rd, 2024. Please remember I can be completely wrong, and any trade you make should be made at your own risk. Look for the pattern with the early high, and that's what we had. These are the patterns we should see next week. We had a strong rally Thursday. I thought it was a possible top. I said it was maintained at the open. We should see lower prices regardless of where we close. So that did hold. We have lower prices. I said this was a possible diamond on stilts. Here's your stilt. Half a diamond's enough. I said it didn't have to play out to completion, but it often did. This was half a diamond. This is a whole diamond. It's an obvious diamond, and if the pattern plays out, which it doesn't have to do, but it does very often, we call for a right stilt ending about where the left stilt did, and with support at and just under that price. If this is an ending diagonal triangle, it has the same target. Now we closed essentially unchanged, 0.19%, and then we closed 0.25% or less. I just repeat my previous prediction, which is that we have a possible end of this leg up. We could have an ending diagonal triangle. We're forming a diamond on stilts. Here's your stilt, here's your diamond. And although it doesn't have to go to completion down here, it often will. During the day, MEJT had a number of moves that called false, and they've already retraced. I think it helps to go over the wave count. Here's our long-term count. Last October, we finished a generational low by this count. We're starting our rally. We have A up. We're forming a B if this wasn't B here, which I don't think it is, but can't be sure. And after this consolidation is through, I've been looking for a strong wave C. But if this is A and B could have ended here, wave magenta C down could be painful to sit through. Let's focus in on a shorter time frame. Here's how we're counting it. We had the A down. We have an A and a B with good fibs. We'll focus in on even smaller time frames. And we're calling this wave 5 an ending diagonal triangle, which should retrace to its origin. Now, if this is the right count, magenta A is a pretty big drop, and magenta C usually has some kind of Fibonacci relationship to it. So there could be a sizable drop here as long as this holds. And if this doesn't hold, then the whole idea might not be right. I mean, you can always be wrong about these things. You have to have a stop at someplace. I think Thursday's high is a reasonable stop. That's the risk. The reward, though, is great if this is the right count. So there's a good risk-reward ratio, even though I'm not going to claim to be right every time. You know, when you try to pick tops in bull markets like this, you have to have a stop or don't risk your money. Signals are mixed, so I'll have to use the mixed signals rules, which are here. Monday's pattern has the early high regardless of where we open. Typically it's a rally day with a final hour high, and failure is a straight line drop. Mixed signals is a bullish thing that we gap down, hit a lower low, and closed over intraday lows. You can see that. If that's maintained at the open, this should lead to higher prices. Of course, we don't know if it's going to be maintained. You open up down here, the whole idea is killed. Its negative Thursday's strong rally was followed by an inside day. Larry Williams rules say this should lead to lower prices printing on Monday. We're counting Thursday's top as an ending diagonal triangle, and if that's the right count, we should retrace to the origin of the pattern, retracing all of Thursday's gains. We've also formed a left stilt in the diamond, and that pattern doesn't have to play out to completion. It just does it very often, and it calls for a right stilt with the same target. Accordingly, there's a strong chance of gapping and moving down strongly at or soon after Monday's open. If that happens, the wave count justifies a substantial pullback. That's our wave C before the rally continues. Now, picking tops in bull markets is fraught with danger. If that doesn't play out perfectly, if we don't drop significantly at or soon after the open, I don't plan to risk any money on this call. I still think the big money in this market is going to be made on the long side. This just looks like it's very well could be the start of a sizable correction here. And I just think that there's more money to be made by waiting till the correction's over and playing the long side than there is doing anything else. That being said, if this is the right count, we could have quite a sizable correction, because that was sizable. That was quite a sizable drop, and we could drop right down to the bottom of this channel, be pretty much equal to this, and be, 52, 5100. It doesn't look like it's going to happen to me, but it doesn't break any rules. And if you drop that low, I could certainly explain it without changing the long-term bullish picture. So it's a possible top here. If we don't get hard and fast action to the downside, I'm going to stand aside. But I think there's a good chance that we erase all of Thursday's gains if we start to move down right from the open. This is a support resistance level. But if this is the end of that wave, there could be a substantial drop before the rally continues. It's the pattern with the early high. Don't forget, it's usually a rally day, but if it fails, it's a straight line drop. And if the straight line drop doesn't happen right at the open, I don't plan to risk money on it as of this time. And that's today's call.